Oh, yeah, we got the opening video. Here you go.
Began with a stone, or so the legend says. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its many-colored light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. Bathed in that light, the world entered an age of bliss, until after a time, the gods fell into slumber. That world was called Vana'diel.
Vana'diel. Call of Duty games for the Call of Duty Marathon, Terra.
In the 863rd year of the Crystal Era, Vana'diel was in the midst of a great war.
I can't make the volume go up any louder.
Invasion by the Shadow Lord and his hordes of beastmen. The leaders of the enlightened peoples united their forces in desperate alliance. They were the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastu, the Federation of Windurst, and the Grand Duchy of Juno. Together, they struggled for survival in battle after battle as chaos engulfed the land.
I have all my settings on max. I can't make it go up any louder. Apologies. I think it's I think it is Taz. Yeah. The orcs are coming. Get wrecked, human. Got him. He just decks him in the face. I love it.
Fire at will.
So I'm saying Kamari should have been a hand-to-hand fighter. Ah, shit. You can actually do that spell in the game. Pretty sick. And you can do it like that too with other people. Oh damn, they got behemoths, dude. God damn, they are huge.
Aldo, listen. You've got to climb.
You know, I never knew that was Aldo. Huh.
Sis? Can you lower yourself down? I think so.
Uh-oh. Oof.
Sis, are you alright? Emmeline? Aldo, just run! Emmeline?
He didn't make it. That's sad, man. I'm not so sure that's Taz though. I don't know. There was mainly orcs and you had the Sandorian flag. 20 years later. That's definitely not Aldo though. Final Fantasy VII Online. Did I say Final Fantasy VII? Final Fantasy 11 Online. Connection terminated. Oh, that's because it took me too long to log in. You can't watch it. You can't watch the intro. Hold on. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got to do the beginner music. This was the original launch music. Also, it's totally unrelated to the game, really, but for some reason, I like playing the game in 16:10. I feel like the 16:9 models are too skinny. So you can play it in 16:10. That's what I do. Here on the right. Here on the right are all the expansions that have come out in the game. So you have Rise of Zillert. You have Chains of Promathia. So like I was saying earlier, Rise of Zillert, if you were in EU or NA, was always in the game. There was never a time that you got to play the game unless you played the original Japanese release, which did not have this. This introduced Ninja, Samurai, Dragoon, and Summoner to the game. And then you had Chains of Promathia, which I don't think it introduced any new jobs, but it introduced new areas for you to go. That was the second expansion pack. And then the third expansion pack was Treasures of Octurgan, and this added like a whole new complete region to the game. And it added Blue Mage, Puppet Master, and Corsair to the game. And it added a bunch of summons as well to the game. This was more expansive to the game than the first two were. The first two added new in-game areas to the game and stuff like that and other stuff, but Treasures of Octurgan really like changed the game. It was the first thing that really changed the game. The fourth expansion was Wings of the Goddess, which is my personal favorite expansion. And it came out in like, I think 2008, I want to think. And it covers the war that we actually just watched in the intro video. I think it's the coolest expansion. But it adds past versions of current areas and stuff like that. But it also introduced the jobs Dancer and Scholar. to the game. And then these 3 right here are a bit different. These are not expansions. These are like mini stories. A Crystalline Prophecy, a Mughal Kupo Ekta, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Shantaoto's Ascension. These are all like mini stories that are like really short. So you wouldn't even call them expansions. They're very short. And then Abyssia is... it's hit or miss depending on who you ask, but Abyssia is very, very weird to describe. It's different areas of current areas, and it changed the game drastically. I don't really remember how the storyline goes with it, so I'm going to have to remember as we play them. But they were released over time, and so there are multitudes of areas tied to each one of them. And then the last expansion that you paid for was Seekers of Alduin. So you had to buy all of them. Seekers of Alduin was the last expansion that came out, and it came out, I think, 4 or 5 years after Wings of the Goddess. And people were shocked when it came out because there was a lot of talk at the time when that stuff came out that everybody thought the game was dying or they were going to shut the game down. And then they're like, nah, we got this new expansion. Here you go. What's not here is there is a free expansion that consolidates all the storylines except Abyssia and the 3 right here. So it consolidates all of the characters together, and it's called Rhapsodia of Vanadia. And then there's another one that's not here called Vicarious Resurgence, which isn't even finished yet. They've been releasing this story in chapters, and it's not even finished yet. So they're still actively releasing content to the game. So whenever you hear people talk about like, oh, I thought Final Fantasy XI was dying. Oh, I thought it was dead. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. They still release new content for this game regularly. It just celebrated its 21st year anniversary like a couple days ago. So now they're still putting stuff out. And there's a dedicated fan base that plays the game. There's not only the base game, that's available, but there's also private servers that fans have made that even replicate like the old days, like before certain expansions. If you go look on Twitch, and if you see the latest one that's popular is called the Horizon private server, and people will, you know, play the game like it used to be and stuff like that. So it's been around pretty much. But let's create our character. For me, yeah, this game has changed a lot since the early days. Yeah, I've always played, the first character I played was a Galka. Now, you can educate me on this because I don't know, because I've never played Final Fantasy XIV. But from my understanding, all the base races in 14 are the exact same ones from 11, at least look-wise. So, like, we have Humes, you got the male, female, you got elves, called Elven, male, female. I never heard this one. You got the Tarus, or Taratars as they're called in this game. Male, female version. And then you got Mithra, which you can only play as the girl. And you have Galka, which are asexual. So like, I don't know because I've never played 14, but I always thought that it was kind of strange that they looked like they were based off these. In 14, they just changed some of the names on them, I believe. So if we run down the characters, humans are the masters of nothing, but they're average in everything. So that's where humans are in this game. They're not the strongest, but they're not the weakest. Elven they have the highest strength out of any job or any class They have the highest mine, so technically their cures cure the highest too. But the thing that people really play these for is that they have the sickest animations of any race in the entire game. Bar none. For pretty much every weapon in the game. The Elven's animations are the coolest to look at. It's the same for the women. The Tarus, if you can't tell from the opening, are supposed to be master mages. So they have the lowest hit points. They have the highest MP. They're the weakest. But they're the most adorable. And they're pretty popular. And then you have the Mithra. So the Mithra are supposed to have the highest agility and dex stats of any class, so they make the best thieves and the best rangers. All this stuff doesn't matter anymore, but this is just how it used to be, because they've changed the stats over the years to make everyone more streamlined, and the differences between race are pretty minor now. But these used to be the best rangers and thieves in the game. They kind of don't. That's the only thing they really excel at. And then you have the Galka, who are weaker than the Elven, and I've never understood this. But the Galka have the highest hit points, and they have the worst MP, and they're just meat shields. So, not that I remember, no. I mean, the game is in 16:9. It's not in its 4:3 ratio, but and then so since you pick people, you can change their faces and stuff. So you can change their face. This is the one that I picked. You change their hair. It's pretty minimal. It's not a whole lot you can really do here. You can be bald like chat is. Elven's magic might makes them stronger than their stupid muscles. It's so ridiculous, dude. And then you can actually make it's kind of hard to see, but you can actually make them small, medium, and large. It's really hard to see, though, without standing side by side someone. So I use the three face. Let's see what the women look like. What is this music? And why is she walking like she's on the runway? Oh, this is what my mule looks like. So it's very basic, because you got to remember this was from like 2002. I don't think I've ever seen anyone rock this. Ever. I've seen this one. I don't think I've ever seen anyone rock this. Why is she so far away? Oh, I've seen people rock this one too. Yeah, so Elven, they're so cool. This was a true MMO, and you really needed to play with friends to do almost all the content. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. This was not a solo-friendly game at all. Not in the slightest. You know, I think 2 and 6 are my favorite. That's why I stopped playing. I didn't know anybody to play back then. Yeah, it's very hard. I don't like these camera angles. I think this is the most popular elven girl look. Yeah. I think it's the one you see the most. Like it's hard to get like an actual look at them. And before you say it, not all Tartars look the same, okay? Get your bigotry out of there. That was like one of the most reoccurring things people used to say back then. They all look the same. How do you tell them apart? They're all small. I don't know which one I like better. I don't like that one. How many times are you gonna fall down? Precious babies. Yeah, they are very popular. Like very popular. I think they're the most. I think beside humans, I think they are the most played race in the game. Yeah, I like the music the best too. So, what is she doing? B is just better than A. Why would you ever pick A? Unfortunately, you can't change any of this too, so once you lock into this, you're stuck with this. But you can just download a mod to change your character's look anyway. So it doesn't even matter. You know, the girls' looks are kind of... Golka? Well, first we gotta get past, you know, your favorite girl next door. What is this music? I'm playing on vanilla right now, so I shouldn't have any add-ons on at all. What is she doing? Oh, she's doing a kip up. Oh. I'll just have to see what it, I'll do some testing off stream. Alright, Golka's last one. That's way better. That's ugly. I think when I played the Golka a long time ago, I think I played, what was it? It wasn't this one, okay? Why would anyone play this one? It was this one. Yeah, this one right here. Make a Golka with the intent of trampling. So what should we play? Normally I just play Hume. But I was thinking maybe a Mithra. I don't really want to play a Golka. Not really. I don't want to play Golka. I don't know, Shadow. I'm not really sure. Taru. I kind of want to do a Mithra. I've never played as a Mithra. It's either a Mithra or a Taru. It had to be a Mithra, a Taru, or Elven. I've already played as a human, a Golka before, so... Taru. Let's see. Number 1 is a no. Number 2. Number 3, number 4 is a definite no. Number 5 is a no. I like number 6, B. I like this one. Taru Monk. Nah, I was gonna... We'll have to see. If we play Monk, I'd rather play like a job that stands up that you can actually see. My main character is on Ashura Shadow. So I'm all too aware. I'm all too aware. I didn't mean to. Alright, I think it's between Taru and Mithra. I don't want to play an elf. I think we're gonna play a Mithra. Sorry. Now, which one? I kind of like this one. And we'll do this one. Small, medium, or large? No, they don't have mini. No, they don't. Does it matter? Large? I think medium. No? I wish you could see the difference here. You can't see it. So you have no idea. Small? I'm gonna go. Whoa, dude. Whoa, you can't do that. What the? And she's like looking at the camera like, what the fuck? So if you haven't noticed, the starting jobs you get to pick in this game are actually the starting jobs from Final Fantasy 1. So warrior, monk, white mage, black mage, red mage, and thief. Those were the 6 starting jobs that you can pick in Final Fantasy 1. This doesn't matter at all, because you can play whatever, which one you want. We're not picking white mage. That'd be stupid. Either thief or monk, I say. Thief. I say thief. Oh, can I? Is that available? Oh, wow, you can just pick your server? You couldn't do this before. Oh, hey, so let's go through the names. So Odin is the summon, right? Valithor is the summon from 10. Siren's a summon. Phoenix is a summon. Now, I didn't know what this was for the longest time, but it's those things from Final Fantasy IV. I didn't know what that was. And then this is the summon in Final Fantasy VIII, which is also like an enemy you fight. And then you have Bahamut, Ragnarok, which is usually a sword, Carbuncle, Cerberus, Bismarck, which was a what was it called? Eidolon in 6. I didn't know that, so I had no idea. I don't know what this is. This is a I have no idea what this is. I know what it is in Persona, but I don't know what it is in Final Fantasy. And then Ashura, Shiva, Leviathan, and Fenrir. There used to be a lot more servers. Like when I was on Pandemonium, and then there used to be a Garuda server as well, but now that's gone. Bismarck the Skywell. Lakshi was in 6. Was she? Was Ashura in 6 too? I don't remember. I'm gonna pick Ashura because that's where my main character is. Oh no! Your name, the name you entered is unavailable. Please choose another. No! Not specified. Enter the password you have. Do I have to do that every time? Ashura was 4. Oh, I am muted, yeah. Akante. No. 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 Yes, there's no way this works, but if it does, I'll take it. Damn it! A as in A, cat, nay. Okay, I'll take that, sure. Sure. You gotta do this every time? Intra, you got it. Alright, so now we gotta pick our starting nation. We have the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Elven. A proud race of warriors forged this kingdom in northern Quan from the fires of the Civil War. House de Orgelli has ruled over the fortress city of Sandoria for over 500 years. 2 elite civic orders keep watch over the kingdom. The Royal Knights patrol its borders, while the Temple Knights maintain peace within the capital. Thanks to their vigilance, no army has ever breached the city walls. The Republic of Bastok. This nation was established in the southern Quan by the Humes, a people with great technological ingenuity. The president is elected by popular vote. Once a small mining town, the capital city of Bastok prospered with Mithril when Mithril was discovered in the surrounding mountain. In time, it grew into the great industrial power it is today. In the south part of the capital lived the mighty Gulka. They tirelessly worked the mines and forges that drives Bastok's economy. And Humes enslaved them. But they forget that part. The Federation of Winders, which is probably what I'm going to pick. Tribes of Taru from the sweeping grasslands and neighboring islands of southern Mid-Darita unite to form this League of States. It is governed by the Council of the Representative of 5 Ministries of Magic. Wait, where was I? Oh, legacies of the 5 founding tribes. Their decisions are based on the prophecies of the mystic star Sybil. The capital, Winder City, was razed in the war 20 years ago, but this prominent center of learning has since been restored to its former glory. These are what they all look like too. So this is the Kingdom of Sandoria. This is where the Elven are. This is the Republic of Bastok. This is where the Humes and Gulka are at. And then the Winders. They don't mention it, but Mithra are here as well. So we're gonna pick we're gonna pick Winders. I like Winders. Have you played before? I have. Just a little bit. What is the... Just a little bit. The Federation of Winders, an ancient capital nurtured by the boughs of the great tree, blessed by the magical waters, and protected by the moon and stars. There is legend in this country and a long forgotten people forced to wander the starvation and cold were led. Blah, blah, blah. When the stars returned to the heavens, it was sent to the North spiritual media and the first star Sybil who once heard the voices. She promised Winder's salvation. With each passing, the people came to excel at magic more and more, giving Winder's far more wisdom and power. 5 ministries, each specializing in a school of knowledge, became politically influential institutes. This evaluated Winder's into the capital, blah, 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 blah. In recent years, new bonds were made with roaming tribes of Mithra, causing Winder's to become even bigger than before. But people wish to remain unchanged, lasting peace, eternal tranquility under the watch of the far-off stars. And now a new star of hope has been born to this earth. What is about to begin here is an enduring tale. Oh my god, that shit goes by so fast. Oh my god, the RMT spam is already going on, dude. What in Winder's is going on? The airship from Juneau arrived hours ago, but our fabulous minister is nowhere to be seen. What's the matter with him? It's been weeks since he suddenly up and left us in helter-skelter. And he finally sent us a teensy-weensy message. It just reads, I have a lot of luggage, so come meet me at the airship port. Our Minister of Aracity has amazing gifts of forget-tarring, and breaking promises. I know, it's awful. Look at the RMT spam. It's so bad. Why, he's probably even forgot Taran that he sent us a message to begin with. Oh, bother, wather. If the Aristry would get on fine without him. But his meanie-weensy sister, our Perura, is in trouble. No one can stand her loud mouth. I think it's because she's so annoying that the minister is always absent. Ah, the ways things are going. I wonder whether our minister can really save Winder's. Oh, jeepers creepers. Here comes the Sybil Guard again. I bet it's got to do with the minister again. I suggest we get out of here before she asks us all sorts of questions and gets us into trouble. Yes, a quick Getataru is in order. Oh, they're talking about her. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen this. What's the matter, my adventurous friend? Overwhelmed by the size of this fair city? By the looks of it, you've only just arrived in Winder's, right? All this spam? No. Oh, oops. Are you new to Winder's? Yes. How do you like it? Winder's is a land of peace and beauty. Unlike the other 2 countries, which are busy spilling needless blood as they fight for no gain. I am Semeth La Falina. I am a personal guard of the Star Sybil, who presides over the lands of Winder's. If you intend on settling in Winder's, feel free to ask me for advice. Is there anything you want to know? Why are they giving you a butt shot at the very beginning of the game? Where to shop, how to gain information, where am I, who am I? You're in Port Winder's. Winder's is a gateway to the air. For instance, if you cross this open space and follow the path to the east far enough, you'll find the air travel agency where the airships operate out of. In order to ride an airship, though, you'll need to have gained quite an amount of fame or fortune, but I'm sure you'll work hard enough to ride on an airship one day. You'll then be able to fly to the country called Juno. There's also a lot of shops in the port area. There's the Fisherman's Guild, a magic shop, an armorer, a weapon trader on the waves. It might not be an impressive assortment, but I'm sure it's enough for a beginner. And then finally, this is the most important building in the port. It's the Officery. Yeah, and it's the Mage Academy that you can see behind me. The Officery is one of Windurst's 5 ministries of magic. Most famous for its warlocks, an army composed of talented mages and magic users. Only the most elite Taru-Tarus are affiliated in the warlocks, so some are a real handful to keep in line at times. Like this one? Yeah, look what the cat dragged in. I'm sorry to have to cut our conversation short, but I have to run now. Ask Jack of Cards if there's anything else you need to know. He's the Karnan near the observed entrance. He might look a bit awkward, but he can teach you so much about Windurst and the life in Vanadil. If you trade him this, he'll give you a reward. You do that by trading Jack and targeting Jack and then selecting trade from the main menu. I've marked this location on your map so you don't get lost. Select map from the main menu and then choose markers and scroll to the right. Well, do your utmost for the sake of peace of Windurst and the Star Sibyl. If you do, I'm sure we'll cross paths again. Hey, bro. Hello. I gotta change some things. Yeah. Alright, hold on. Camera. Invert. Log out, off. Chat filter, off. What else am I gonna change? Area display on, timers on. Compact 1. Yeah, compact 1. Oh, they had us on 4x3. I didn't even realize. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Sure. Was there something else I was going to change? I don't remember what it was. Oh, log. Yes. Let's see. Default? Oh, okay. Windows. Window type. I usually play with 2 or 4. Timestamp. I'm not doing dual windows. Resize time. Max. Minimum displayed. 8. Width. That's fine. Log. Window 1. Chat for self. No, that's fine. That's fine. System. That's fine. This isn't where you do it, is it? No, it's chat filters, right? Yeah, here it is. Yells and shouts. Oh, thank God they're gone. Yes, I couldn't remember where you find it. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness they're gone. Jeez Louise. That is an awful experience. You log into the game and then you just get bombarded with RMT tells. Look at that. That shit is disgusting. It's so bad. Is there anything else? I guess we can change it. I picked Ashura because that's where my main character is. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go here. Yeah, playing this on keyboard's not so bad. Hey, Jack. Here you go, sir. Oh, hey, yeah, what did we get? You can filter it out in the new system that put in place that hasn't been used yet. You can filter it out with the new system. Wait, that's out already? Let's put on our onion knife. Let's put on our Windows ring. Yo, they give EXP rings now? From the get-go? Wow, that's cool. Did we get anything else? Gives you a silver voucher? Huh. They give you a Gabi key? No, they gave me the Gabi key for logging in, right? Oh, yeah, they gave that. Okay. The Adventures of Gratitude campaign is currently underway. Enjoy the special gift courtesy of the Final Fantasy XI team, the EXP ring. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Here you go, sir. Take my my adventure coupon. This coupon is distributed to promising recruits to get them started. Here you go, sir. Thank you kindly. Please take this in return. Jack has no need for this. Jack recommends you talk with the guards named Sally's. She is near the gated Windurst Woods, which exist in the East Ardabarda. Thanks for 50 gil, dude. Where are we again? We're in Port Windurst. So... talk to the guard named Sally in East. Okay, so he wants us to go this way. Alright, so, this is... Port Windurst. If you come over here, all the way over here, this right here is a craft this is like the last craft they added into the game called Synergy. I'll be honest, I can't fully even describe it to you, and I have it fully maxed out, and I use it pretty regularly, and I couldn't even describe it to you. It's so weird. But that's not why we're here. So we're going to want to touch the home point. So at one point in the game, they made it to where you can transport between home points. This used to not be a thing in the game at all. So back then, when this didn't exist, you had to take the airship and the boats and chocobos, or you had to use the warps from like the crafty warps of like being able to get to Juno and Octurgan and stuff like that. It used to take a while to get around. Nowadays, not so much. This is the fishing guild. So if you want to come and be a part of the guild, you have the fishing people here, right? They are all based on a certain time. Like, oh my god, this sucks. All right. Yeah, so they're not available 24/7, and then the things you can buy to them, you're locked out of based upon the rank that you have at the fishing guild, and it's like this for every guild in the game. Now, the way you level your guild up is you have to trade the person that looks like this items, and then it builds up your rank, and then they're going to ask you to craft a specific item for them or catch a specific fish, and then you level up your rank, and then you do it all over again. I don't remember what the skipper... Oh, is this to take us to the... Hi-ho, I'm the boatsman for the darn good Tootin'. It's my duty to divulge you all the desperate details of the Mod Gardens. Yeah, it's the Mod Garden place. How do I get one? While it'd be wackily wonderful to whisk away everyone in the Mod Garden, only certified adventurers and pioneers are allowed to enter these exciting, expansive escapes. Oh, so you have to get the Seekers to access it. I see. Certified adventurers are those who applied themselves assiduously in attending in the 3rd mission rank of any nation. Oh, okay, you only got to get rank 3. It doesn't have to be here as long as you were able to appropriately accredit in times of ascension. Okay. If Alduin's body politic has properly permitted you to performing pioneering duties, however, your so-called rank can be lowered than a leech's log, and you still be first in Kupo. All right, thanks. So the Mod Garden is a pretty cool place too. Pretty neat. And we're not going to touch this stuff. Are you going to do the stories in order or through progression? I don't know. I have no idea how I'm doing this. This is a totally different game right now from when I played. When I played, it was very different. So when I played, I had all the expansions done by the time the new one came out. So the only option was to do the new one. Now, I don't know how you do it. I know there's like an optimal way of doing it, because you want to get the benefits from Rhapsody of Vanadia so that you level up faster. Outside of that, I have no idea. Nah, not a clue. How do you get the windy walls? We want to go to windy walls, yes? I think we want to go to windy walls this way. That sounds awful. Well, you gotta understand, this game came out. This was not a game that respected your time, and that was not its intention either. This game was all about demanding you to live in the world. So, time efficient things. Anything time efficient, erase it from your mind when you talk about this game. In the old days, they wanted you to live in this world. You could barely do much of anything in this game by yourself back in the day. But if you're an adult, it's horrible. You have responsibilities. It's horrible. But if you're a kid and you got all the time in the world, it didn't really matter. But this was not a game that respected your time in any way. You had to pretty much work for everything this game gives you. Yeah, it's much more user-friendly now. Yeah, over the years, they've made it a lot more user-friendly. Like simple things, we're even walking faster than the default walking speed was when I played, and it might even still seem slow to you, but they increased it by 25%. The little things like that. Gonna go over here. I've never been a fan of the MMO model. Yeah, that's not the game, that's the model. Yeah. These games are all about like playing and being a part of a community. If you have no desire to be a part of a community, these games are not for you. Almost any MMO is not for you, because that's what it's all about, is community. If you want to do stuff by yourself, not the game for you. Is it here? Oh no, windy walls. Sorry, not here. Well, we're gonna grab this while we're here. So we want to grab all the hull points that we see, because for teleport reasons, just to be able to get around. But this game is like, it's all about playing with other people. The teleports on the crystal doesn't work. I always struggle because MMOs at a snail pace and I'm always behind the community. Korean MMOs are all about solo grind or play to win. Getting black belt was the pinnacle of Final Fantasy XI experience. That was hard too. Getting black belt back in the day was rough. It was really hard. So we'll be seeing this area a lot because this is where you come for a lot of the story missions. Bob Impinator inspected you. I didn't even notice his name. Alright, let's come here, grab this one. But like, for instance, in this game, or even back in the day, you would level up to 1 to 10, typically by yourself. But once you got to level 10, you would level up in a party all the way to level 75. And that was the level cap back in the day. If the only other way you could get around that is if you played Beastmaster. And that was it. You were forced into parties. And party activities pretty much once you got to level 10. And this game was all like people focused. So almost all the things you had to do in this game were people focused. Oh, we grabbed that one too. So like Dynamis was like an 18 group event. It was like an 18 group event, and sometimes people would run 2 groups, so totaling of like 30 plus people. Sky was an 18-man event that was on a schedule, or 36, there you go. C was also like a big one. You had to have multiple people. When they came out with Octurgan kind of lowered it a little bit, because like assaults were you know, you could only get them done with like 6 people. And then, but the Zenny Notorious Monster stuff they added, you get it done with like a whole alliance too, and stuff like that. And the salvage stuff they add was 6 people. So Octurgan, like I said, it really changed the idea of the game a bit, because it started making the content a little bit more lower man focused rather than these big groups. A lot of the early in-game content was big group stuff. Like you had to have lots of people. And Dynamis as well. Like it was this. I wanted to come here for this guy. Let's trade him the key. Do I trade it to you? You must wait 45 days to perform that action. I can't trade you the key for 45 days? I didn't know that. What do I do with the silver vouchers? I don't remember. Oh. And are you able to... You have to do a quest to be able to leave your house, don't you? Oh, okay, great one. Welcome, Master. This is your home, the Mog House, Kupo. I'm a Moogle. We Moogles like taking care of houses and items. Nice to meet you, Kupo. I'll tell you all about your Mog House, Kupo. First, the basics, Kupo. Open your main menu, Master, and the button at the very bottom changes to Mog House. When you're in your Mog House, Kupo, press it and the Mog House menu will appear. Everything you can do in your Mog House is there, Kupo. There's a lot of things you can do in your Mog House, Kupo. It can be too much for some masters, Kupo. So I'll teach you each one of them. Ask me what you want to know about, Kupo. All this stuff is like pretty self-explanatory. So I'm not going to. But here, I'll do it, because he's going to take 50 million years. You have a safe that you can put your items in, but you can't access them outside of this place. Storage, it's the same. But the storage, you have to have items in your house. That dictates the size of your storage. There is a meta to it. Delivery box is receiving items that you put on the auction house, or between characters, or mules. Changing jobs, self-explanatory. Gardening, there's a specific kind of gardening you can do in your Mog House. With all this stuff, it's pretty elaborate. You can change the layout of your Mog House. And Mog House invitations, you can invite people into your Mog House. Are you sure, Kupo? You know everything about the Mog House, Kupo? I'm sure. And finally, a little bit of advice. If you ever run into any problem, just ask your fellow adventurers for help. If you type a hello, then your message will be heard by many people. If you type a followed by your issue or question, other adventurers will help you. Oh, this is new. Remember that you can only do this while in town, Kupo. Okay, Kupo, good luck on your adventuring, Kupo. Yeah, so it's empty right now. If we do this... Oh, okay, so he doesn't have the second. Yeah, so layout lets you switch your stuff, but we don't have anything. So you remember when I said it doesn't matter what job you pick at the beginning? It doesn't, because you can switch to all of the 6 jobs once you get to your mog house anyway. So it doesn't matter. You're not locked into anything, which is nice. I don't think we should have anything in the delivery box. I don't think they give... Yeah, they don't give new players anything. And then this stuff too. You might not like this stuff. So MogSafe is free. MogSafe 2 is free. Storage is free. Mog Locker is free, but you have to pay an in-game currency to use it. Not like a currency that you buy with real money, but like an actual in-game currency. You have to buy these coins in-game with your guild to be able to use it. Mog Satchel's free. Mog Sack, I don't really remember how it even works. But once you get down to these wardrobes, so there's 2 to 8, you actually have to pay for some of these. I think once it's 3 and below, these are actually taken out of your monthly subscription. Yeah. I'm personally not a fan of them, but they're there. Because inventory in this game is a big problem. It's a big problem. You get a lot of stuff. And it can be kind of hard to manage it all. The silver voucher is for Amatro? I don't remember. Oh, the guys? Okay. Have I played Final Fantasy IV? I have, yeah. We're playing it as part of our Final Fantasy marathon, so. But I have played the game. I have around 20,000 hours on my main account. Can you finish it? That's more of a question that's determined by what you think is finished. It's an MMO, so most MMOs go on forever. But if you're talking about, like, can you complete all the story? Yeah. Usually they go on forever. When do I plan to be done with this? Once we got all the story stuff done. I'm not going to do, like, events and stuff, so I'm not going to, like, do assaults and salvage and all that stuff. I'm not doing any of that. If I were to do that, I'd do it on my main account. So we're just going to do the story. We got to go here anyway. The guy wanted us to go this way. Am I going the right way? I don't remember. So, checklist, since we're talking about it. So for me, what I want to do is I want to do all the missions in Winders, all the missions in Bastoke, all the missions in Sandoria, and I want to have all those done before we do Wings of the Goddess. That's the one thing I want to do. We're going to do all the missions in Riser Zillert, which is the first expansion. All the missions in Chains of Promathia, which are a lot easier nowadays. We're not going to do any assaults unless we're like, we have to. We're going to do all the missions in Treasures of Octurgan. And then Wings of the Goddess, we're going to do all the missions as well. Seekers of Alduin, the same. And then Rhapsody of Vanadia, we're going to do them all as well. But this one has been crafted in a way that it intertwines with all of these. So I don't really understand how we're going to do this. But it's in our benefit to want to do this as early as possible, because they give you a lot of buffs and stuff from it that makes leveling up a lot faster. So that's the goal that I want to do. Yeah, we're going to be changing nations, yeah. It's important to see all sides of the nations before you do Wings of the Goddess. At least it is to me. I like Wings of the Goddess. Oi! Gotta, I reckon it'd be time to get our arses in geary weary. And what have it? Whatever. What now, matey? Whatever? Why so unenthusiastic? I'm hearing that somewhere people looking for some plank brave and pioneer. Would you fancy a Taru? Pioneers in these here modern times. I can hear the old adventure spirit just purring and murring up inside me. Picture that. Unknown lands. Ancient Tartar ruins. Phantasmic natives. Phantasmical natives? Come on. Gotta, don't that just beat we all? Uh-huh. Oi, oi. Don't give me that hums. There, chum. Don't you feel anything anywhere in that heart of yours? Pioneering might be fun, but come back to reality for a minute. How long are you going to ignore that adventure over there? Huh? Well, when did you sound Taru over there? You want to know more about this whole pioneering, giggity wit? To be honest, we don't know a right bit about it either. Stuff about crossing the ocean and heading west or doing something other than something or other for falsity. What's it? Oh my goodness. Alduin. Ah, that'd be it. Alduin has started a tremendous pioneer mission and is in need of extra pair of hands or two, looking for mighty fine adventurers like yourself. This is for the 5th expansion, by the way. Where can I apply? The Juno Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Gotta, you're right knowledgeable about this. Who exactly did you talkity walk to receive such information? And what else you got storming around in that head of yours? They're holding some kind of test. Alduin Wildlands are evidently like nothing you've ever seen. So you'd need to make sure adventurers can handle it. A test Taru. Was it a test Taru? To prove they can handle it. That means your only job be to put adventurers on the right course, matey. We ain't fit enough to fight. Got what? You wanker? You call her a wanker? That's why I be telling you, you gotta keep training. Oh my goodness, dude. What the fuck? So this game... no, I just talked to that guy. So this game lets you access expansion stuff from the beginning. No, so let's see. Rise of Ziller, I don't remember. Chains of Promathia, I'll be honest, I don't remember how you started either. But Rhapsody of Rhapsody of Vanadia, the new expansion, is intertwined to get you like all caught up and stuff because this game's old. And so it gives you a lot of passive abilities to make your time go faster. And like I said, it intertwines between all the expansions. So to be able to progress Rhapsody, you have to have certain progress in some of the expansions and stuff. You can't, like, we can't right now go and get to the land of Ak-Urgen. It's not available to us yet, and I don't actually even remember how you get there. We'll figure that out when the time comes. Right now, we can't access Wings of the Goddess as well, and Seekers of Alduin. I don't think we can access either. But I don't really remember, if I gotta be honest. Oh yeah, let's grab this over here. I think that Moogle might have something for us, because the event campaign that's going on right now. Oh, he's telling me all the stuff I've done. I've talked with 10 NPCs. Oh, he's allowing me to get an EXP ring. Hey. Nice. No, I don't want the capacity points one. Wait, why would I? It's the same. Oh, you can use this one every 15 minutes. Why would I not? You can only use this one every 2 hours. Wait. This is the one that doesn't run out, though. Yeah? Oh, I already have one. Yeah? Oh, yeah, let's get the other one. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I already have it. Yeah. I do know to start the first Rhapsody mission, you got to get to level 3. So, let's grab this, the Caliber ring. Thank you. Thank you, sir. This stuff right here. It was this stuff? The trove? And I want to give her the vouchers, right? Or who do I want to give the vouchers to? It's not the Reclaimer. It's not the Validator. Maybe I have to talk to him. Oh, no, you don't. I can't squat into your... Oh, I have to enable it. Right. Yeah. This stuff too is brand new. Or new-ish to the game. Tutorial, basics, first step forward. Speak to one of the following records of eminence guides. Yeah. I forgot about this. Yeah. So if you've ever played the game yourself and you've never played it before, I completely forgot. This stuff it's new-ish in the lifespan of the game. You want to do this stuff because it gives you like a lot of stuff and stuff like that. You want to make sure to do them. Yeah. Congratulations! Oh, if only I were as lucky as you. Here goes nothing. You're the 11,111th person to ever visit this square. To honor this crowning achievement, we're prepared to offer you a hefty reward. Sounds like a scam. None of this poppycock for me. Don't just walk away. Hey, wait up! It's not like I go around saying this to everyone who comes my way. You're truly the 11,111th visitor. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that was... Oh, okay, it actually cancels it. This game is PC only nowadays, yeah. They stopped the support for the PS2 and 360 versions. How hefty. They say that curiosity kills the cat, but I can assure you that that's not the case here. Now, to peel back the vertebral curtain onto your commemorative prize. Ta-da! It is a Memorandol. Aren't you in rapture now? The hell is that? Nods in agreement. This is no ordinary run-of-the-mill doll. I'll have you know, it's imbued with sorcery and engraves your record of imminent exploits upon itself. Now that's a handy-dandy tool if I've ever heard of one. Records of imminent? What? You really haven't heard? I thought everyone had heard. It may come as a surprise to you, but you're already participating in Record of Imminent. Yes, indeed. By talking to me, you've cleared your first objective. That means you eventually get another present, Sparks of Eminence, which acts as a quantifier of your grandeur. Now, anyways, now that you know the ropes, it's time to try it out yourself. Just sink your fangs into any of the short quests in the objective list under Records of Infinite as part of the quest menu. Easier than scooping a fish from a bowl, right? Certain objectives can be repeated too, so there'll be more too than there's a cat and a clouder. What the hell is a chat? What the hell? I don't even know what that is. Once you accrued enough sparks from completing objectives, talk to me for a saucer of good stuff. Oh, and I don't know how you managed to sneak this past me. But you're as weak as a kitten. Quick pussyfooting around and talk to Sheely. She'll help you brush up on the basics for free. Speaking of good stuff, your Miranda Dan is in top notch, so I'm going to need 11,111 gil for that. Not convinced it's worth the price? Okay, then watch this. With a simple clap of the hand, it disappears like magic. That's the power of arcane blah diggity blah at its finest. So yeah, there's no way I can entrust something as amazing to you for free. Pay up. I've only got cat calls for you. I feel like a bag of cats, so no. Go cat around somewhere else. I only got cat calls for you. Fine then. Why am I giving up so easily? Because the doll's already registered to you. If you're not going to give me money, that's nothing. There's nothing I can do about it. She was trying to con you. I don't remember this at all. The Mirandol agrees, nods in agreement. Yeah, so these are like... Yeah, there you go. New challenge available and stuff. So you can get a lot of points from this stuff. And this stuff can give you a lot of stuff. So by just doing that, we got 6 strips of meat jerky just by talking to the lady and doing it. And you can get a whole heap of load of stuff from this. It's just newer. It's newer stuff to the game in general compared to the lifespan of the game. But there's a lot of stuff that you want to do. So like, for instance, just by doing missions, right? Just by doing like Sandoria 1-1, it'll give me 500 EXP. And so by talking to her, we got 300 EXP. And we need 500 to get the level 2. Right? And we can just talk to this lady. And then she has stuff that you can buy with sparks. And so this unfortunately replaces like a lot of conventional NPCs in towns and stuff that you would used to have to go to and talk to and stuff. But it's hella convenient. And it's also an easy way to make money nowadays. Because all you want to do is max out your points and then buy the items that sell well and then sell them at an NPC. So it's a pretty easy way to get money, but I forget what she has. We don't care about these chapters right now. I don't think she has anything that we want. The skill tomes. Yeah. So yeah, if you've never played, you want to buy At least what I buy when I was playing on my main character, if I can remember. It was on page 2 of something. Yeah, the shield. You're right. Yeah, you want to buy the shield. Where was it again? It's not on this one. Is it 99? No, it's not 99 because that's where they give you the... It's this one, yeah? 71? Yeah, so if you've never done it yourself, you want to buy the shield, this shield, over and over again until you max out on buying it, and you want to make sure you have like max fame, and then you want to sell it, and it's like an easy million, and you can do it like once a month. The people used to abuse this so bad that they limit how many points you can earn a month now, or like how much you can redeem, because people used to abuse it like crazy. Yeah, so we can get different trusts. So I think trusts are a thing in 14, but they got started in 11, and they've been in 11 for quite some time now. But we can't get one right now anyway. I don't think so. I think we have to... Actually, hold on. The record might tell us. So we got one for Vanquished Beast. Okay. Oh no, I should be able to give the... Hold on. No, I should take a look through the objective list first. So what do they want us to do? Undertake a FOV, a field manual regiment. Okay. Heal without using magic. That's easy. Vanquish one enemy. Step into ambuscade. Yeah, I can't do that. Call forth a alter ego by speaking to one of the following NPCs. Okay. Oh, he's like right here. It seems you have to be level 5. Oh, okay. Explore the trove. And hear the explanation of... Oh, you can't do trove until 45 days after your account. Or if you're in your... Whoa. On your main job has to be level 99. Speak to the guy, the assistance guy. Speak to the carpenter. Oh, we could have did the... No, we couldn't. Do the quest to get the exit stuff. That's easy enough. We'll do this one right here. Yeah, oh yeah, it says it right here. Speak to Wadatar in Windy Woods. Complete the quest Trust Windurst and obtain the alter ego Kupi. You got to be level 5 or higher. Yeah, so that's one of the ones we're going to want to do. We can't do any of these. Oh, and it was mentioned in chat earlier. Sorry if I missed some messages, by the way. I'm just doing a lot of reading. We are going to unlock all the jobs in the game, too. So these are all the jobs that you can unlock in the game. You got Paladin, Dark Knight, Beastmaster, Bard, Ranger, Samurai, Ninja, Dragoon, Summoner, Blue Mage, Corsair, Puppet Master. Which Corsair is actually kind of a unique job too, because there's not too many jobs that are like it outside of Final Fantasy either. Not really. Dancer, Scholar, and Geomacer, and Rune Fencer. So Celeste, right? The jobs like Celeste from 6. Geomacer was a job in 3. I think Scholar was also a job in 3. Dancer was in 5. There's no job like Puppet Master in any offline MMO, at least not to my knowledge. Someone said there was a job in either 3 or 5 that's like Corsair. I think it was Rain. You got Blue Mage, Summoner, Dragoon, these all pretty standard. So, and then we saw Beastmaster, I think, for the first time in Final Fantasy V. Yeah. It was also shocking to find out that Dark Knight was a job in Final Fantasy II, but it was tied to a character and you couldn't play it. Was it Leon? Leon? That was pretty cool to find out too. And Paladin was first introduced in Final Fantasy IV with Cecile. Or Cecile, whatever. I don't think we're going to be doing the artifact quest. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh yeah, and then we got to do the level cap quest. The inventory expansion quests. I'm not so sure if we'll end up doing those. Rhapsodia Vanadia, you have to be level 3 or higher. Okay. Sandoria, set this. Requirements. Oh, you just have to talk to the person? Oh, that's cool. They're right here. No? Yes, sir. I don't think they're gonna allow us, though. Are they? This is the Eastern Gatehouse, a gathering place for the guards who do the rounds in Winder's Woods. To expel those who would subvert the law and order of Winder's Woods. To protect Mithra populace from all manners of threats and dangers. This is the job of us guards. But lately, ferocious monsters are on the increase, and the beastmen are ruining nature as they please. So our job is becoming all the more hectic. If you are a citizen of Winders, then perhaps you may lend us a helping hand from time to time in order to protect the peace of our fair town. For instance, you could try to do some missions, special tasks issued on behalf of the Federation of Winders. But first, you might prefer listening to our explanation of the role of the gatehouses before you decide. Shh. Here, sure. Good. Then allow us to explain. Sola, Jab, would you like to do the honors? Roger, Captain Balma. It would indeed be an honor. Well, simply put, the gatehouses are where we guards work and rest. We also administer missions here, assignments for and on behalf of our country. Missions differ from plain quests in that they are rendered as service to your country, so the government will reward you rank points for each mission you accomplish. Register enough points and your rank or your standing in society will increase. So how about it? If you consider yourself a model citizen of Winders, I recommend you serve your country by trying your hand at missions. The very reason that you came to Winders in the first place was because you wanted to make something out of yourself, wasn't it? Yeah, except. Well said. The heartfelt reply is your first great step towards making Winders a better place. So without further delay, let's issue your first mission. Do either of you have just the right mission for her? Excuse me, but I know a mission wishing. You see, well, the adversary in the port area is kind of looking for someone to help them with a magic experiment to be conducted in the Horatory ruins. I know it's a little sudden whaddin', but when they said they were in a fix because they couldn't find anyone to help them, so how about it then? Good, carry out that mission. The observatory in the ministry that runs the Mage Academy is to improve the military magic's ability. To get to the observatory, you'd have to go to the port area by heading back west from that gate. Our country is counting on you. Okay. So the early missions are kind of bland, not gonna lie. They're pretty dull. Might as well come over here while we're here. Cast Signet on me. Thank you. Hey, take it easy, Rain. Have a great rest of your day. Imagine how upset a bag of cats would be, and that is how the person is. Hey, Pinhead. Also, hey, Proton, Broton, hello, and your Rice, a Notorious, hey as well, Royal, hey. Sorry, I've missed quite a few of you guys. Rain, hey, how's it going? If you're still here, hey. Shinryu, hello. Sorry I missed you, Shinryu. Hey. They want us to go back here. JD as well, never welcomed you in. Hey, hello. Starry Knight 88 as well, welcome. Ram, welcome. Alice, hey, you've been here since Final Fantasy X. Hey, welcome, welcome. And Shadow. Sarah, hey, welcome. Sorry, I was taking it all in. Unfortunately, I don't have Flea, so I can't get around faster. Oh, this is a storage Moogle, by the way. If you have, it's like a different kind of storage Moogle. These guys right here are for the Abyssia stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to do Abyssia or not. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. I just found the free Final Fantasy XIV demo on Steam, but it needs 80 gigabytes. Time for a new SSD, I guess. Yo, hey, DA Soccer. Hey, thanks so much for the raid. Hey, thank you. Hey, Chan. Hello. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Soccer. Hey, how's it going? Is that the Sandorian? Hey. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Hey, thank you, thank you. It is the Sandorian flag. Thank you so much. Hold on, I gotta type it with my other hand. DA Soccer. Why the mad face, Notorious? Oh, yeah, if you thought Final Fantasy XI didn't have a lottery, these two little shitheads right here, I've never won anything from them. But there's a lottery that you can buy into that happens like twice a year. Shit. I've never won anything from them. Oh, and we actually didn't take a look at all of the stuff. Sandy, number 1. I'm heading to get some rest. I have a great Final Fantasy XI experience. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. Sandy claps cheeks on Horizon. Oh, do they really? Oh, yeah, we want to put on Vanquish Foes. Deal 10 to 20 damage. Total damage. Damage taken. Total healing. Weapon skills 1. I don't even think we're going to be able to heal for 500. We'll see what general spoils is. Oh, yeah, regions. Oh, I can't do these because I haven't even been to the regions yet. Fame. Okay. What are some other ones we want to do? Oh, daily. Yeah, let's do the dailies too. Monthly. I don't even think I can do these. Oh, yeah, you can race chocobos in here in this as well. You can do that as well. You can race them if you want to. Content. Other. I don't think I can do any of those. No. Harvesting. No. Crafting. No. Fishing. No. Regions. I think that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, and then tutorial. We went through all these? I think? Yeah. Yeah, I picked Mithra, yeah. Let's just go out and fight. We'll come back and do this later. We'll build our level up. Yeah, I picked the Mithra, yeah. It was either that or a Taru. Oh, yeah, so there is a point that occurs called Conquest Points. But you get none if you don't have a thing called Signet on, which is what I talked to that guard in the cast on me. So when you go out and you defeat enemies outside and stuff, you accrue points. It's just a currency that you can acquire to spend stuff and get things later. Its value has gone down now, but back in the day, it used to be really, really good. But now, not so much. But it's still nice to have. And there's a currency like that in each territory. So when you get to the third expansion, Octurgan, they have their own points. And then when you get to the Wings of the Goddess area, they also have their own points as well. And then if we come over here real quick, yeah, so this guy right here, I only know them in this nation because this is my home nation. This is for like high and notorious battles. We won't talk to them now, but this is a pretty popular NPC to talk to later. And then over here, the more you progress the 5th expansion, the more this little tar right here is going to have to offer you. And they can give you all kinds of shit. But we don't have any access to that stuff right now. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, let's grab this over here. We want this waypoint. I want to grab every waypoint we see as we run past them. Just to make getting around a bit easier. Yo, my man's a puppet master. I'm so proud. I'm so happy that Pup has finally gotten its time in the sun. In the sun. It used to be shit on all the time, and now everybody and their mama plays the job. I'm so happy. Because when I was leveling up and doing the mythic for it, everybody was like, "Oh, this job fucking sucks ass. Why would anybody want to play this job? It's terrible." And now everyone like uses it to tank stuff. Oh, and then there's an NPC over here that you can buy all the maps. So we have the map for our home nation, but it's one of these people. Is it you? Yeah, you can buy the maps for every zone in the game at this, or almost all of them. There's some that you still have to get the old-fashioned way. But yeah, this is definitely not something that was in the original game. The maps you could get were dictated by the region that you were in back in the day. So that's a bit different too. Dragoon still gets crapped on. Did we grab that one? I think we did. Greetings and well met, protector of the Federation. Steely, at your most humble service. My station is to help those new to the life here in Vanadil. I specialize in the type of fundamental knowledge necessary for success in such endeavors, as well as related methods to, what the hell is that? Pedagogy? I don't even know what that is. With my aid, you can rest assured that your first steps down the adventure's path will not go astray. Should you consider yourself a newcomer, I would highly recommend that you make full use of my service. This is my permanent post, and I never leave it. Remember it well. Whenever you need a hand with anything at all, don't hesitate to come call. Is this a new NPC? No, it's been here for a while, yeah? There. So you're interested in some entry-level duties to put the well to greatness. Go talk to the guard over yonder and get it cast Signet on you, then come back and see me. I already did. Beat you to it. Well, it looks like you're able to get your Signet easy enough, yes? As long as Signet is in effect, there is always a possibility that you will obtain crystals from enemies that you defeat. There are also other more concrete benefits, such as increased defense and evasion. Signet even helps you when you're not engaged in combat with an enemy. For example, it boosts the rate at which healing occurs while you rest. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. For all those reasons and more, you should consider it essential to have Signet cast on you at all times. Very well then. As a reward for successful completion of your first assignment, I would like to present you with a strip of meat jerky. There is more than meets the eye. That was a joke. Anyways, this is a type of item known amongst adventurers as a meal. This meal in particular will temporarily enhance your attack when eaten. Whenever this fucker casting this spell, whenever a type of meal is consumed, you will receive some such a temporary status buff. Naturally, different meals granted different types of bonuses. For the most part, meat dishes will affect your attack power. Conversely, seafood dishes generally enhance defense, and so on and so forth. Take care to select dishes best suited for your purpose. One thing you should take note of, however, is that you cannot eat a meal while another meal stat bonus is still in effect. Your stomach would simply burst. That's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? This is a breeze. Well, great. Well, talking about only prepares you so much, let's get right down to it. Go ahead and pop one of the strips of meat jerky. After eating a meal, a status icon designated as food will appear in the upper left portion of your screen. Come back and talk to me again once you've confirmed that it's there. See ya. I'll do that later. Is it you that's doing it? No, it's Space Buns. I can filter this out, can I? Chat filter. Is it action by, I think it's special actions by others, right? That's it, I think. Do it again. Come on. Oh my god, now he's not doing it again. What's also another thing is that they now tell you that what the food actually does. It used to not be that way. So like now it tells you that you get a 23% attack increase, but the cap is 30. It used to never tell you this, so you had to like go to Wikipedia to find out. I've never done this, so let's do this. I guess it's part of the new player experience, so let's see what it's like. Check out that full belly on you. Signet and meals can both play a critical role whenever you take on any type of enemy. This is the key lesson that you will do well not to forget. Next, let's get to those persistent hands of yours nice and dirty. No sense in letting that food go to waste, is there? Let's send you out to fight a monster on a full stomach. Exit through that gate over there will lead you into the area with hostile enemies. Try to target one of the monsters and... Oh my god, there's like base stuff. Yeah. It's not Final Fantasy 11 if you don't have Wikipedia open on another monitor. That's so true. Hey, thanks for following. Oh, by the way, what I'm blocking over here, by the way, is this. Down in the bottom right corner, it's just your stats. So you have your HP and you have your MP. That's pretty much all I'm blocking. So this should be the field menu. And this also was like not in the game back in the day, like really back in the day. This was, I don't remember when they added this stuff, but it's pretty useful. It's not as useful as it used to be though, but it should be the, what is it? I thought didn't I engage it? Call for AO. No, I don't think I did. Basics? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the FOE training room. I remember when people used to use this to level up. The field menu has been placed here by Adventure Mutual Aid Network, AMAN. Useful information pertaining to various topics on the field operations field pages. So this can give you like support and stuff. I think nowadays when I use it, I just use it to teleport whenever I'm in the area, and it's beneficial to me. Oh, you can get trust from this too. Hey, you get Sakura from this. Yeah, I'm on retail, yeah. Let's do, it wants me to take out 6 Mandys. Sure. There you go. Nice. Now, does this have its own... Does it have its own thing? I don't think so, does it? No, I don't think so. Oops. That's not a Mandy. No, disengage. There we go. Mandagara. So here's the good old combat. I forget how you're able to change the camera on mouse and keyboard. Oh, there it is. You have to do it with the mouse. Oh. So this is the amazing Final Fantasy XI combat. That probably by nowadays is considered utter shit. Dude, that is ridiculous. Those stats up they give you nowadays? I leveled up my dagger by 0.2, my evasion by 0.2, dagger 0.3, 0.3. Oh my god. That has changed dramatically. It was not like that back in the day. Leveling up your skills was horrible. God, I remember like being AFK spamming freaking protect for days to level up enhancing magic. It was awful. And trying to max out like guard and shield, no, guard and parry. Oh my goodness. I didn't even parry and I leveled up. Oh no, I parried once. Nice. So we're basically gonna be here until we get to level 10. I don't know what we're gonna do once we get to level 10. Oh, I forgot all about the box stuff. I don't have a ranged weapon, so we have to stock them. Oh, yay, the little blue box. I can't steal. Can't steal yet. I did retail back in the day. I took a long break and switched to the private servers. Favorite game of all time. This game has a parry stat. This game has, it's kind of like Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy X-2. You have skills, and you level up your skills, and that is what dictates your efficiency with stuff. So right now we're leveling up dagger, but we're also leveling up evasion. If I had a shield on, we would level up that as well, and stuff like that. So you have a separate skill, and it goes up based upon your usage. Now, there is a way to get around that with the books, but I don't think I'm going to do this. Attempt to unlock it. Examine. You have a hunch that the second digit is odd. Okay. You have a hunch that the second digit is 7 or 9. So it's a 7 or a 9. Okay. You have a hunch that the first digit is even. Okay. You have a hunch that the combination is greater than 41 and less than 69. So 47, 49, 69, 67. So let's do 40, 49. 49. Got it. Oh, I can't wear these. These suck. Got it first try. Nice. There's a plugin that just tells you that. That's cheap. Yo, Crimson Powder. Hey, let's go. We actually already leveled up. We were level 3 already. So that means that once we get back in city, we'll be able to see the first story cutscene. Yo, check out this weapon skill. Oh no, I can't even do a weapon skill. My skill's too low. I'm so happy you included 11 in your marathon. Such wonderful memories of this game, isn't it? I have them too. Oh yeah, you can unlock the camera too. Now we're level 4. Yeah, Dagger's weapon skills are whack. It doesn't get good until you get Viper Bite. Once you get Viper Bite, oh my gosh. You remember parties in Gardel Citadel doing Viper Bite on the beetles? Oh, the damage you would do. It was amazing. Yeah. Oh, we got another one. Sure. You have a hunch that one of the 2 digits is 9. Okay. You have a hunch that the second digit is 5, 4, or 6. So it's 95, 94, or 96. So we'll do... You want to do 95. It's 94. You know, playing this with keyboard and mouse is not really that bad. It's a little weird. Hey, we got a shield. Hey, nice. Free shield. Sweet. All right, you have to do it this way. Right. Oh, you can only wear it at level 8. Hey, Krim. Hello. Also, hey, Smart. Welcome, welcome. Hair mitts that I'm pretty sure we can't get. The zinc ore for fame. All right, we need this last one. Ow. Yeah, but no problem, yeah. I wanted to include Final Fantasy XI because a lot of people, I mean, in their marathons, they skip it. I mean, I understand why. It makes sense. It's a big game to cover. Hey, all right, we got 27 tabs. Let's go. Yo, we learned Wasping. Let's do it. Check this out. Big damage. Come on. Wasping. Big damage. Let's see. That's some big damage on Wasping. So we are working on some things. We've already completed 3 of the ROEs. Cool. We got 900 sparks. We've done 7 out of 10 damage already. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I haven't taken any... What's my health at? I don't know if this counts. So the original way for you to heal is to do this. This is how you heal normally without having a healer heal you. If you don't have Signet on, this is painful. Like, it's so slow. Very slow. Hey, we got the one for healing without healing. Hey, nice. Now we're already level 5. We leveled up again and it didn't show you. Nice. We're already level 5. That's pretty quick. We got a lot of stuff. I haven't even used my rings. I kind of forgot to use them. Let's go talk to the person, though. So the big focus right now is really just the level up, because we really can't... I mean, I don't know how things go nowadays, but I would imagine we want to focus on leveling up first, especially with the EXP campaign that's going on right now. I feel like that's what we want to... Cutscene? Maybe? I think we're getting a cutscene. Oh yeah. The crystal resonates deep within your soul. Uh-oh. This is from the free expansion. So, this is kind of confusing to new players, I would think. Dude, she looks so cool. Vanadil in the year 898? I must make haste to Raizajima and find Master before... Uh-oh. Rhapsodies of Vanadil. Final Fantasy XI. Online. Like, as a new player, you have to be like, what the hell is this? What is that? Oh, somebody went and learned a new weapon skill, did she? Very good. I can see by the twinkling in your eye that you've already used it in some poor unfortunate creature. But I'll explain just a bit more. Whenever tactical points, TP reaches 1,000. You remember when it used to be 100? And the cap was 3 and they changed that? Or more, selecting abilities and then weapon skill from the menu will display a list of usable weapon skills. These are deadly techniques capable of rendering massive damage on enemies. It's worth an adventure's time to learn and master them. Oh, and by the way, were you fortunate enough to receive items from the monster you fought? If you're lucky to come across any Beastman seals, make sure to hang on to them. They may pay dividends later on. Also, that reminds me, there is another lesson better learned sooner than later. The items you will no doubt come across known as crystals, such as earth and fire crystals, are extremely significant. They are truly versatile items that can be used for a number of purposes. These include trading in the guards for certain rewards and selling in the earned money. Just a few. For now, I'd like to explain more about another of their use, mainly the role they play in synthesis. But first things first, your reward for completing your last assignment. Here you are, a bird egg, a honey pot, and last but not least, a water crystal. Now use a water crystal will bring up the synthesis interface. Once there, select bird egg and honey pot as an ingredients to be added. All that remains is to select OK and the synthesis will commence. You'll find that the crafting procedures will never begin should the ingredient be selected not form a viable synthesis recipe. Also, even when your materials are correct, there's always a chance that your synthesis will fail, so please be wary. The majority of items which you create via synthesis, as well as most of those dropped by enemies you defeat, can be placed on the auction house. Why do I keep doing it? For sale. The auction house is an ultra consumer venue where you can attempt to purchase the wares of other players by placing bids, as well as have other players bid on items you put up for sale. My word alone can't do no justice for the vast cornucopia of goods that is the auction house. One must simply see it with your own eyes. That's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? Sure am. No, I didn't. Sure am. And that brings us to your next assignment. Somewhere in this great city lies our nation's auction house. Seek it and report back to me when you have found it. You needn't worry about going through that actual process. Simply examining the auction counter will more than suffice. So, to me, I don't know if it's actually a rumor or if it was like debunked or anything. Hey, this is the Dancer's artifact armor, by the way. This is the AF armor. Look at it. Looks good, don't it? Looks pretty cool. Well, we'll go do that. It's over here. Yeah, if you get it in Dynamis, it's blue. Yeah. It has a different design. The relic armor, for most jobs, they have a different design. It's like similar, but different. Monks is not, though. Monks is literally, they just made it purple. That outfit is so early, too. Yeah. I remember all the speculation about facing certain directions with crafting for increasing. I don't know if that's true, but crafting on certain days is 100% true. But I still to this day go in the directions that I remember from back in the day. So if I craft with like a certain time, I always like, okay, I'm going this way. I don't know if it was ever found out that that was bullshit or not, but isn't fishing affected by weather? No. Fishing is kind of well, the fish that you can acquire, yeah. So let's do north. We'll do west. So this is what a synthesis looks like. She gave us what we need. So this is the menu. She gave us a bird egg and she gave us honey. And then now we're doing this. So like she said, this has a chance to fail. And there's certain days that are better to do this than others. So there's a lights day and a dark day. And I think dark day is the worst day to do it. And lights day is the best outside of the element related to the crystal. So like water's day, you want to do water and stuff like that. So hey. Oh, and then the crafting. I guess we can show the crafting. There is fishing in this game. Woodworking, which is actually, I think, over there. I think. No, that's in Sandoria. Bone crafting is over there. You have smithing, goldsmithing, cloth craft, leather craft, bone craft, alchemy, cooking, and synergy. So of all these, you can only have 2 of them maxed out. Besides synergy. Synergy is considered its own thing. You can't have the max rank and all the crafts on one character. You can only have 2. Fishing is also considered its own thing. So outside of that, then you can only have 1. To go past, I think, level 70, I think it is. I think crafts max out at level 100. And you can get other stuff that... No, 110. And you can get other stuff to like push you past that, like clothes and stuff. But you can only have 1 craft go past, I think, level 60 or 70 in this game. At least on 1 character. If you get another character, you can do it all over again. So it's not uncommon. It wasn't uncommon to see people have like crafting mules and stuff. And all that stuff. So that was the auction house. We didn't really look at it, but... Oh, yeah, and then this is kind of unique to Windurst. But if you come and you talk to this guy right here, since Windurst is so freaking big, they have teleportation people. So this will actually teleport us to another place. And if you want to go race chocobos, it's actually inside here. This right here actually has nothing to do with it. Yeah, the OP crafting shields. I started working on mine on my main character, but I don't even know where I am. Alright, so let's go back and talk to them. So you were able to locate the auction house? Pretty hard to miss, isn't it? What do you think? It's as I said, yes? Few organizations in this world exceed the auction house in scales. It will never cease to be of use to your throughout your adventures. It would be wise to become adept at using it. And now to the brass tacks. Let's see if we can get you up some levels. There are several items in existence which serve to enhance the number of experience points you receive. I already have a couple. For example, the Chariot bands, Express bands, and the Emperor bands, just to name a few. These are a bit unique in that you must wait a certain amount of time after equipping them before you may use them. Man, I remember when they added these to the game. Oh my goodness. There is also a predetermined amount of time, usually quite long, that must pass before these items can be used again. The total number of times you may use any item is also limited, so be mindful of that as well. Many of these items may be obtained from the small guard that provides you Signet. You only need to exchange conquest points in order to acquire them. As a matter of fact, for finishing that last assignment, I'm going to give you this conquest promotion voucher. With this, you'll be able to obtain a Chariot band without having to use any of your conquest points. And that brings us to your next assignment. Head over to any guard and have a go at exchanging them for something. After that, see if you can't make it all the way up to level 4. I'll be right here waiting for you to get back. Wait, when they mean level 4, do they mean EXP? With the experience band in place, it should take you practically no time at all. Good luck and be careful. It's quite hairy out there. Downloading the game, it took me no problem at all. Maybe like 10-15 minutes. Updating the game, it took me 10 hours. Well, 6 hours. It said 10, but by the time it was done, it was about 6 hours. And that was like last week. I want to spend my conquest points. You have 267 common items. Do you have a warp ring? He does, but it's 5,000 points. Yeah, we want to grab that. That's so useful. I guess I'll grab this instant warp. Yeah. Thank you, sir. And... oh. No! You're gone. I'm not sure. Oh, he gave me an item. Right, I traded, yeah. This stuff right here is brand new. I've never even done this before. So this is new. Key item. Okay, so he wants me to buy a Chariot van. I guess that's what he wants me to buy. Yeah, it's 0 points. They're all 0 points. It's possible. It is possible to fully charge a Chariot band by trading it to one of your guards, including the outpost guards. One charge requires 50 conquest points. During the time of the Great War, it was possible to have this item recharged in exchange for allied nodes. From my understanding, that practice has recently become commonplace in the Near East, though you'll be needing Imperial standing credits if you wish to use this service. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, have a good night, Snowy. Are you sure you want to... Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Well, we're already level 4, so let's go back and talk to him. Well. We might have an adventure out of you just yet. Looks like we're almost washed out of the green off of you. A bit bad news, though. starting from level 31, anytime you're knocked unconscious, your experience points will suffer a deduction. What? Was that always that? That's not how it used to always be. It now starts at level 31. I thought it was like level 1. If you died, you lost EXP. It was just small. That's weird. It used to be 10? That's strange. As a general rule, the amount of penalized will be about 10% of your total amount required to reach the next level. You'll have to be more careful than ever from here on out. I mean, in general, the losing the EXP when you died was never really that brutal to begin with. I always felt like it was over-exaggerated, but I mean, I guess to make it more user-friendly, I guess. However, there are ways to minimize this loss of experience points. Like this, for example. Go on, take it. Your reward for reaching level 4. It's called a raising earring. No, it did feel awful when it happened. Yeah, no, definitely. Especially when it happened in EXP parties. Because then you feel like you just failed the team. Using this will grant you the status known as re-erase. Whenever you are rendered unconscious, while this effect is in place, you will have the option to revive yourself. Choosing to do so will cause you to be resurrected in the very spot you have fallen. In addition, as I stated previously, the amount of experience points you lose will be somewhat lessened. Raising earrings and similar items work in the same manner as chariot bands and the other experience bonus items I mentioned. That is, once equipped, you must wait a certain period of time before they can be used, and there are both cooldowns and limited charges as well. All of these items as a whole are collectively referred to as enchanted items. There are a vast array of other enchanted items with a variety of other effects that will prove useful on your adventures. It may be worth the time and effort to better acquaint yourself with them at some point. And that brings us to your next assignment. It seems that you're starting to get a hang of things. Next, I'd like you to go and fight some enemies in Tyrongi Canyon. Tyrongi is located beyond the north reaches of East Sardabarda. You're sure to encounter some new monsters there that you won't find prowling around the outskirts of the city. It may be a bit daunting, so I'll only require that you slay one such beast and then head back. Keep in mind that the further you stray from the city, the most furious monsters tend to be. Don't say I didn't warn you. Make sure you use the check command to determine the strength of your enemy. You'll find that you are surrounded by enemies too difficult for you. Try to head back to a previous area closer to the city and level up a bit more first. Huh. No, I mean, this NPC is nice to help people along. This is not bad. Gives you a rearrays earring. That's cool. You get 10 uses out of the rearrays earring. It's nice. Can I buy any armor from them? So I said earlier that there's a way to get around leveling up your skills and stuff, and this is what it is right here, these books. So there's a way for you to be able to level up your character and not actually play the game. Believe it or not, it's possible. It most likely either involves you paying another player money or having a friend help you. But back when the Abyssia stuff was introduced, there was these parties that you would go to, and that's where it kind of all started, really. Outside, like even before PLing, or like even like after PLing, and there would be times that you would finish that party and your skills wouldn't be capped because you were gaining EXP either so fast that it just couldn't keep up, or you were the person who was opening the boxes that was helping everybody else. So they introduced these books to help players max out their skills without actually like physically using the weapon. So take it for what it is. These can use hand-to-hand weapons, can't they? Yeah, so we can buy these daggers from them. Oh, the first one we get is at level 7. I don't think it's going to take us 6 months to finish all the story in this. I don't think so. You know, I think I'll buy that, actually. At least I don't think so. Oh, it does the same damage. Oh, then yeah, we don't need to. Do they got other stuff here? It was level 5. Oh, do we have like a... Nah, crossbow can only be used by Dark Knights. I didn't know they could use a gun that low level. Huh. What job will I play? I don't know. We're just gonna do stuff and see what happens. I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought this out that well. Or I haven't thought this out at all, to be honest. I guess that's the only thing. At least we got a shield now. I wanted to get a boomerang, but feels like that's not in the cards. They want us to go to like Tyrongi Canyon. That's pretty far away. I'm not so sure I want to go that far just yet. The first mission wants us to go to the inner Hotaru ruins. I keep forgetting you can't just press M to bring the map up. Yeah, Tyrongi Canyon is all the way up there. So, I mean, it's not too far. It's gonna take like 5 minutes. I guess we'll go there. Oh, and let's check back. We got an Earth Crystal, a Beastman Seal, an Earth Crystal. It's Wednesday, so why don't we do while we're running? Oh, region. Can I not do region? Yeah, here we go. Defeat a certain amount of enemies in East Sardabarda. There we go. And what was the other one? Spoils. Let's do Earth Crystals, Wind Crystals. I don't think you can do them for Beastman Seals, can you? Oh, they got spoils too as well. Shit. I didn't even think about this. Oh, yeah, so there's like beastmen. You remember how we saw the orcs in the opening video? The Windursian people have to deal with Yagudo. And then the Bastok people have to deal with Quada, which are like turtles. So the Yagudo here are like birds, asshole birds. Every nation has their foe, their dedicated beastman foe. Fight this rabbit. While I'm doing this. Region. I swear I was here. Rabbit hide. Yeah, there you go. Rabbit hide. We won't get any of these from this. Maybe a bat's wing. Get wrecked. Oh, wild onion drops from think that's gonna drop from that. Yeah. Zinc ore. 3-leaf clover. 4-leaf clover. I think that's it. I think so. He wanted us to get the Tairogi Canyon, so that's what we'll do. We gotta make our way all the way over to the top right. Oh shit. Oh no, You ain't follow me, are you? No. Oof. He's a decent challenge. I probably could beat him. Oh no, he's casting stone. Oh, we got steel now. And it missed. Of course, in freaking true Final Fantasy fashion. God damn it. It never worked. Final Fantasy 14 used to have TP. Final Fantasy 11 is all about it. Like Final Fantasy 11 is all about it. So I think you lose TP when you rest, I think. But if you want to do weapon skills in this game, you need TP points to do it, and you need 1,000 to do it. And there's like, the max you can hold is 3,000. And depending on the weapon skill you use, there's like a TP bonus the more TP you can use and stuff like that. Like the Job Samurai is all about TP usage and stuff like that. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Oh, there is. I'll do it once I come back. We could do the first trust mission. Just looking at this brings me back so many memories, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Like, I remember playing this before. I remember playing this when Chains of Promathia wasn't even out yet. And just, you know, doing your Dunes parties and all that stuff. It's... The fact that it's been around this long and it's still here is crazy. That's an even match. I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself over here. That's an even match. Oh, he'll wreck my ass. He's a monk, dude. Yeah, I don't think we're ready to go there yet. I love the design of the Gobus. Yeah, they look so stupid. It's great. I'm just glad that this game is still around. I remember when it came out, I really wanted to play it because I wanted to play a Final Fantasy game that had a job system. And all the Final Fantasy games that I played at that time didn't have one. And so I was like, oh man, it'd be really cool to play a game to where you can play as like a Dark Knight or like a monk or something like that. I was like, oh, that'd be really neat. That was the main driving force behind me wanting to play this, because, you know, 7, 8, well, 6, 7, 8. I mean, technically 9 did have it, but they were still like character focused. So I thought it was pretty cool to be like, oh, you can be a white mage in this game. Oh, you can be a black mage in this game. I thought that was really neat. Oh yeah, Blue Mage. I remember when Blue Mage came out. Yeah. Everyone deemed it the best job of the expansion. Of that expansion. Yeah, Blue Mage, Puppet Master, and Corsair. Because Corsair at that time was a bit underwhelming. Its damage now is pretty good, but its damage back then sucked ass. It was really bad. And it was like basically just a buffing job. Blue Mage was a lot of fun back then. I haven't played it in years. I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing the Zinni stuff when it came out in October. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah, I have those on for spoils, enemies defeated, and all that stuff. I have to defeat 6 more enemies here. I'm actually gonna go back because I forgot to do the quest for the trust. We can do the first trust quest now. I think I'm heading the right way. Yeah. Oh, this stuff right here is... What's this stuff called again? It's not Void Watch, is it? No, this is the, Is this the Void Watch one, or is this the Unity one? Does the Unity one look different? Unity is white? Oh. Oh, okay. Void Watch is that color? Oh. You remember fighting Phil on Void Watch and freaking Quafine Island? That dude was an asshole. Oh my god, that thing sucked. He still is. Those things suck. I fought the Omen bosses. Oh my god, they're awful. I hate those things. They're so annoying. I think you can get 4 trusts right now. Thank you. I think we can talk to the one guy. This guy. Misadventure, a quick wicked word, if you please. I'm a lovely Witata, dispatched straight from Juno Institutaru of Magical Studies. Have you heard of Juno? It's a city far to the northwest Taru that connects to the I don't even know what is that? Midartar and Kuan? What the hell is that? It's Bob. My magnificent Taru powers of observation tell me that you are fittingly an adventurer. Am I right? Have I got some lovely news for you then? At a recent international meeting, my institute released information on a brand new type of magic that we've developed. I see you've already heard word about, but let me review the details. It's kind of a super summoning woman-in magic that knocks the socks off even the most tight-laced Mansury maid. Mansury... What? Mansury... Dude, I've never even seen that word. One of my fabulous superiors, not as fabulous as me, of course, has directed me to make this magic available to explorers of all shapes and sizes. So I'd like to experiment Taru on you. With you. Experiment Taru with you. Oh dear, did that come out right? Either, but that didn't come out right either, but I know you're just itching to give it a shot, aren't you? Why not? I love your positive energy. This will be the absolute Taru delightful. Windurstians have always been receptive to new ideas and ways of doing things. That's why I'm so excited, Taru, to put my many talents to use here. I guess the Institute has some of my colleagues post in Sandoria and Bastok looking for subject Tarus too, but their small victories will surely pale in comparison to my series of conquest Tarus. Oh no, I've done it again. My charming smile may have lured you in, but the endless possibilities of participating here in Winders surely have you riveted, Taru. What do you say? Who would venture alone when you can enlist the aid of a powerful white maid? Yes. Excellent, Taru. I knew I could turn that frown upside down. See that pristine Weinstein piece of paper? Take it with you and head to Heaven's Tower. No, not only am I irresistible, but I am also good with direction weapons. Just head north from here to the Winder's Walls. Look for the big tree and follow the path there. You're looking for a foul-mouthed Taru called Koopy. Is it Koopy? Sure, she might have a bit of a hot streak, but she'll be able to provide you with an explanation almost as splendiferous as my own. Oh my goodness. Green Institute card. I think I was dying trying to read that. I was. There's so much reading in this game. I'm gonna have to make sure I have water. Yeah, the white mage one is the one that you get first here. This quest makes sure you pay attention to new or returning players miss this quest on how to finish it. Intra, how does it feel to see the name that you picked displayed on screen, sir? Well, it's a Geomacer. They had a loose Shangrod. Nice. That's the Heaven's Tower right there. It's the one that starts with the E. I think it's Ebisu, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then you can like +1 and +2 them now. Or like +1 them. Maybe you can't +2 them. Oh god, they got the Name stuff. Can I just like talk about how much I dislike this shit? I don't like this stuff, man. I hate how there's like a set that is just usable on all jobs and it's like stupid good for everything. I hate that. Then again, it's better than that other stuff. Whatever that stuff was that they introduced with Rhapsody. I hated that stuff more. What was it called? The stone stuff. I don't remember, but you had to go to Norg, and you basically had to roll the dice on whether you got the good augment or not. Oh my god, I couldn't stand that stuff. That wasn't for me. Yeah, because I disliked, because at that time, I disliked the fact that the best augments for Monk was to get triple attack 6 on the hands and feet. And I disliked the whole idea of like, now a job trait that's not native of the job is now the best trait that the job can use. Outside of like something from your sub job or something. I was like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. I was disappointed that like they didn't like make kick attack be the strongest the strongest thing for monks to have. It has to be like a ability from another job. Could you imagine anything more glorious for a secretary in the Heavens Tower to do? Yes, this trust magic is absolutely wonderful. QPP is truly the best in the land. Who? Are you a venture? Dun, dun, dun. You mean you've decided to try out trust too? Great news. I mean, that means you have faith in me. But didn't your mother tell you to never play with strangers? And let me refer to these note quotes. Trust, friendship, sisterly love. Oh, I know the name of all. Of adventures from the Winders to Alderland and beyond. No wonder you have faith in me. Of course. Akane, my trust in you is unwavering. I'm calling her Akane. The question is, can you say the same for yourself? That will probably determine whether this succeeds or fails. Are you ready, Akane? Focus all your thought, Tarus, and energy on me. Okay. I'm Kupipi. I'm Kupipi. Hooray! There's a wonderful alter ego right there in front of me. Are you winging me with you on your adventures? Vanadil hath no fury like a secretary's scorn. But I'm a white mage, so maybe fury is too strong a word? But with trust, friendship, and sisterly love, my spelly wells will always hit their mark. My documents handling and counter cleaning, though, maybe not so much. But I think I know this trust magic now. You know what would make me work really hard? Fresh organic Rollin berries. Shush you. I know what you're thinking. But if you eat as many as you want, you'll blow up like a balloon wound. She might not be perfect, but this little Kupipi will be glad to travel with you. Take this scroll with you in celebration of your accomplishment. You can try it out in East or West Sardabar to see how well Kupipi's #2 fight Tarus with you. Once you see her white mage prowess, report back to me. Don't ask me what will happen if you don't treat her nicely. Nice. You've earned the trust, Kupipi. Now, I think you actually have to summon it. And then come back and talk to her. Da, da, da. Da, da. You can get the augments too now as it's a campaign for them. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're free, right? You get like 6 dark matters to choose from. Hey, Indian Curry, by the way. Hello. You get 12. Oh wow, that's a lot. Call forth the alter ego by speaking to one of the NPCs. Am I able to teleport between crystals yet? Travel to another one. Winders. Oh, that's right. Winders Woods. Entrance #2. Oh, that's right. There's no fee to teleport between crystals in your nation. Right. I was thinking you had to pay. You don't have to pay. That's nice. A lot of times it's crap. Yeah, I never really put that much of a focus on the dark matter stuff. Not really. Unfortunately, when I reinstalled my operating system a couple months back, I forgot to upload my macros to the server, and I forgot to save my documents related to the game, so I only have my stuff from like 5 years ago. And it's all out of date. Alright, so let's do the trust. We got QPP. And now we got another one. Yo, damn, they give you Valinair that early? What? Yo, he's like really freaking good. He's the guy from the past. What? Yeah, so this is Trust Magic right here. So this is I mean, I think this is about 10 years old, but it wasn't in the game originally. And so when, you know, they pretty much put this in the game to counter the population, you know, going down and making it more friendly for new players and solo friendly for people. So you can comprise a party of an entire party of these, yourself and them, and you can do a whole lot of stuff with it. We're going to be using it when we level up and stuff. So, and there's a whole bunch of them. Like, for instance, this is one right here that we got for free. And we just got another one. And if we come here, we can spend our points that you get for beating these. And you can get Sakura and Korumoru right here. So there's a lot of these that you can gain from various places in this game. It's a lot. And 95% of the content you can do with trust pretty much. Yeah, it's nice for people like... I guess it's nice for stuff like this. Oh yeah, and then when you get a new one, we'll come over here and show you what happens. So they just gave us a cipher, and unlike how we gained that one right there, unlike how we gained that one right there where it was automatically given to us, the new one we just got wasn't automatically given to us. So what we need to do is we need to come over here and we need to talk to the first person that we talked to, Watata. And then we need to give him the cipher. I think. No? Oh, you're right. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so we gotta go talk to QPP. Okay. This is the part that people miss. But it did say report back. I was gonna go back there anyway. Don't forget to activate it in your quest. I think I already did. Didn't I? Hold on. No. No, we already did. Yeah, already act. Oh, he gets his own. He gets his own dedicated to him. Huh. I never knew that. Well, either way, we will have to explore more of Final Fantasy XI